Hello guys, this is the second stream ever. For those that are new or didn't watch the previous stream, I'm playing right now a prototype of a game I made in my last semester of my bachelor studies in game design. I'm done now with the bachelor studies since the beginning of June, and besides my job I try to keep on developing this game or even make it into a new one. So yesterday, or was it Wednesday, we played the first two levels. I will go on playing the third level now and do a little repeat of what we did before. The title of this prototype is Perpetua. It's a programming game where you program the AI for a cute little robot. In the first few missions, your goal is to reach this targeted area. So it's a movement task you have to do. In the third level, we... I go back. This is the node canvas here. You have awesome nodes. Those are called nodes. Those are like AI tasks. They get stacked up, they get processed one after another, and you can connect them in very different ways. This, for example, here is a repeat node. It's a special kind of node, that's why it's green. It starts somewhere and it ends somewhere, and it repeats that cycle as many times as you want. That's basically what the tutorial here says. That's why I skip it. Let's have a look here. This is a robot. Cute little robot. Where is he? He's in a big industrial hall. There are some props here, like stones, some vegetations, a level that is subdivided into smaller tiles so that we can count how many tiles we have to walk, and a chamber where the guy, the operator, his name is Gary, is the one that gives us a little introduction into the whole game, and he's behind here watching what we do. Alright, so this is the third level, right? We have already learned some basics of the game. For example, this is a move to task. I connect this. This is the start of the AI. As soon as I play, it starts, goes through this connection into this node and processes this node. This node moves our roboter to the edge. I demonstrate. It moves to the edge. There it stops. And since I didn't continue the AI, either on the good or the bad end, the AI stops, he didn't reach the goal, he explodes. I quickly want to explain why there are two exits of this node. The green exit is for situations where this node processed correctly, which happens when the robot reaches an actual edge of the map. The bad exit gets chosen whenever the robot couldn't make it to an edge. That might be the case when there's something in between, or he's already on an edge. We can use that information later on. I quickly remove that connection, and I take out a repeat node. I go directly to the repeater, because I want to repeat something. I change the camera again. If we have an overall look at the level, we have to move forward, to the right, 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 forward, 6 times. And then to the left, forward. That's what we really have to do. Alright, how can we do this? We only have move to edge and turn. Turn left can also be, turn right, or even turn around. So we go to turn right. We always want to move to an edge, and then we want to turn right. The repeater shall repeat this whole move and turn pattern for 6 times. And then, after those 6 times, it continues either on the good end or the bad end. It will continue on the good end if the whole repeating process was done correctly, and it will repeat on the bad end if the last note, which got repeated, got processed wrong. Which can't be the case in turns. You see, you don't even have a red exit. So we can assume that it goes out here. We take that end, and since we turned right at the end, it means we moved there and turned right, so we look into this direction. We need to turn around 180 degrees, and then we move to the edge one last time. I start now. We can even fast forward a little bit, or a little bit more, like this. Yes. I just wanted to say again, this is a prototype. There's a lot of things yet that don't work perfectly, like you don't see on the repeat note how many times you repeated already. I'm glad you understood that step. I think you're ready for the advanced training. That's nice from you, Gary. We are ready for the advanced training. We do the next mission. You see, this is the basics A02 tier levels. It's something about grabbing and throwing of something. And this is a challenge. We will have to do a kind of sorting algorithm. That's like 5 tutorial levels and the first challenge. That's the best I could do within 3 months of development. Alright, so we dive in, we do this grab level. I'm impressed that you made it this far. I think I can give you access to the next node, the grab task. Use it when there's something in front of your robot that he can lift up, like the green box with the A on it. Carry that one back into the highlighted area. Alright. This is the highlighted area, and we are supposed to carry this box back into this area where we stand. That would mean that we move forward, we grab the box, we turn around, and we move back into the area. Alright, you see this little arrow here? You can click it, and I see the rest of the nodes I have access to. We move forward, we grab the object, we turn around, I will connect this. I just connect the green exits because I can safely assume that those won't fail, since there's no obstacles in the way or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I move 5 tiles forward. I stand directly in front of the box, which is a necessity for grabbing it. I will turn around, and after I've turned around, I just feed this back up into the beginning. I quickly make it look like this, so that you see it better. And then it loops. It will do this forever, but the mission aborts as soon as the goal is in the targeted area. He grabs the box, he turns around, he moves forward again. And we're done already. Alright. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit too fast now, but I play this like the 150th time. Alright, The last tutorial level is the throw level. We dive in. I'm actually curious how you handle this one. It took me a while until I managed to solve this. There's a new node for you, the throw task. Use it to get rid of an object your robot is holding. Either throw it onto the field in front or behind it. You will need that because I want you to lay down both boxes A and B on the floor inside the highlighted area. Oops, I almost forgot. There's yet another node for you. It's another version of the move task, but this one allows your robot to move until it reaches a specific point, like the edge of the ground or a box. Actually, this message was redundant because we already know that since level 3. It's prototype after all. And you see, I had quite some fun with the level design. Each level is a little bit different. We have some birds spread on the floor, like some kind of instruction for the ones that build up this scenario. They had to place the rock 04 here, 08 here, the fan 01. They put it on a pillar. It's hanging from a crane. Is it called crane? Yeah, it's funny. And I also wanted to play around with the colors. You have those bright purple lights, the green lights, the yellow lights. It really adds up to the atmosphere of the game. So back to the level. We have box A and box B, and we need to carry both into this area. Since our robot can only carry one box, we need to lay them down on the ground, respectively thrown on the ground. First of all, we're looking straight forward, which is stupid. We turn left. Then we move in a different manner. We move to an object, which lets us specifically move to the field in front of this box. I test this to demonstrate. You see, it's there, it stops, of course, we didn't reach the goal, it explodes. We grab the box. We turn around. And then we move about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields. And now comes the magic. We throw it backwards behind us. And then, you know this from last level, we do this little loop again. We move to the object, we grab the object, we turn around, now it throws it backwards, goes to the next box, yeah, now the grab animation is bullshit. And it lays it down. That was the last tutorial level. We now learned everything from moving, turning, moving to a specific point like an object or the edge of the map, grabbing things and throwing things. So that's all we need for this last challenge, which is also the last level of the prototype. Hey, I'm a little nervous. We will finish off the last day, the day of the day, with this last test of your skills. You have to show off everything you learned now. I hope you'll master this challenge. No, seriously, I really do. My boss is watching, and we see that. Alright, guys? There's another one behind this window. I added a new orange foldout to your programming view. It contains a small analyze node. If you test if the box in your robot's hand is a letter box, the node will use the green exit if it's a letter box and the red exit if it's a number box. And don't forget to use the move to node Do you see the big A that we sprayed on the floor in the middle? You can move to that landmark A. The robot will stop on it. You see? Here, the A. So this is the last level. It's the biggest one. We have here 5 boxes. It's 3 boxes with a yellow letter on it, and there's 2 boxes with a blue number on it. The numbers need to be put in this container, and the letters need to go into this container. So it's a sort algorithm. We have to sort those boxes. We also have a new foldout here with an orange node. This is a conditional node because it doesn't do a thing, it just tests a thing. Like, is the object in the hands of the robot a number box or a letter box? If our robot is holding a letter box, this node will exit through the green exit. If it's not a letter box, it will exit through the red exit. Alright, so let's go. We move to the object. Here, this box. Then we do the only logical thing. We grab it. Then I would say we turn around. And I just want to say, you always have to think in when you're programming in a generalistic way. Of course, we could just grab this box and immediately turn right and move to the edge and throw it in. But that only works the first time, right? We can't do the exactly the same thing with the next box. We can't just stay here, turn right, and move into the numbers container. We have to move back to the A. Think about what it is with this orange node, and then decide where to go, left or right. And we have to do that all the time with all the boxes. So it's better to do this for the first box as well. We move to the object, we grab the object, we turn around 180 degrees, we move back to the landmark A, which lets the robot move onto this A, and now we do this conditional test. Is it a letterbox? Let's assume it is. It's a letterbox. So we turn to the right. If it's not a letterbox, more specifically a number box, we turn to the left. And now, oh, there's a little fella. Now it's both for the same. It's the same for both. We move to the edge. So this means we're now here or here. We throw forward. What we have in our hands. We turn around. And we move back to the A. Now, we come back from the letter, from this direction, we need to turn left. We come back from this direction, we need to turn right. And now, we're here again, we're looking into this direction, which means we can feed those 2 nodes back into the move to object node. And now we can test this. So guys, I'm still setting up my stream. I still try to figure out how everything works. There's yet no chat, so I won't see what you're writing, but that's not a problem since no one is watching at the moment. Alright, the robot through the first box. I changed the camera, alright? The robot threw the first box already into the numbers container. It's grabbing the next box. It's turning around. It moves to the landmark. This time it's a letterbox, which means the robot turns to the right. It throws it in. Turns around, moves back to the landmark. And we already have the feeling that this is working. That's why I'm speeding up things quite a lot. That's like a small artificial intelligence here we have. And we're done. I can't tell you how relieved I am now. I guess my job here was on the line. Well, I think you deserved some rest. Once you're ready, we move on. I hope you didn't think this was the end. This was just your introduction to the system. Of course, but the game now ends, because it's a prototype and I had 3 months. The challenge AA, we mastered it. And there was a additional challenge. We had to fulfill this task with a maximum of 18 nodes. We used 17 nodes, which is nice. We return. You see here, the 18? We unlocked this tier because we managed to do it with 18. Thing is, the game is telling us now that we can do it with 14. And if I had any viewers right now, I would ask you guys how you would do it with 14. And I'm actually not sure if I should resolve this now or do this tomorrow. Well, this stream was already a little bit longer than yesterday, so I'd say we stop here now. Thanks for watching the replay. If you're rewatching it, I'm always happy for your feedback, your critics. I constantly try to improve the stream. You can write me if you have questions or feedback at any time. Have a nice evening. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.